He just killed that boy. He just killed him.
Daniel Anjorin was just 14, full of life, curiosity, and promise. Friends described him as warm, friendly, and always ready to make others smile. He loved school and had dreams that stretched far beyond his local community. Teachers and neighbors remembered a boy with a bright laugh, a kind heart, and a natural sense of curiosity. On Tuesday, 30th of April, 2024, Daniel put on his school uniform, grabbed his bag, and walked the familiar route to class, unaware that his life, and the lives of those around him, would be changed forever. Hainault, a quiet corner of East London. Just a short walk from the underground station, the area was a familiar spot for commuters heading into the city. By 7 a.m., the neighborhood was slowly coming to life. Nothing felt unusual, but that calm would be broken in seconds. Daniel's killer, Marcus Monzo, had driven this van to Hainault in northeast London, while in a psychotic state. He attacked his first victim, Donato Owole, with the van and then a samurai sword. Marcus then went on to fatally injure Daniel, who he left lying in the road. Marcus then stepped out of the vehicle, holding a large samurai-style sword, over 2 feet long, with a curved steel blade. What began as a road accident instantly became a violent attack. Marcus advanced with the sword, shouting, "Is there anybody here who believes in God?" Using his 60-centimeter sword, he attacked the ambulance that arrived shortly after to try to save the 14-year-old. Witnesses described the scene as surreal. One moment Daniel was walking normally, the next he was struck down. Daniel was one of the first victims. Despite attempts from bystanders to intervene, he was fatally struck. People scattered in every direction, some hiding in shops, others pulling children to safety. Calls flooded into 999, with terrified voices describing a man with a massive sword attacking people near Hainault station. Within minutes, the Met Police received multiple reports of stabbings and a dangerous individual armed with a sword. Officers rushed to the scene, knowing they faced a suspect who was violent and unpredictable. When the first police unit arrived, they were met with chaos. Injured civilians, panicked witnesses, and Marcus still brandishing the sword. He even turned towards officers. The question on everyone's mind was whether the police could stop Marcus before more lives were lost. Marcus was brandishing a 60-centimeter curved samurai sword, swinging it at anyone in his path. The scene was captured in body-worn camera footage.
Drop it!
And they're gone, see!
Drop!
And they're gone, they're gone!
Drop it!
Drop it!
Drop it now!
CT next unit line points
When police constable Yasmin Whitfield chased Marcus away, he stopped and attacked her too with near-fatal injuries, including a deep cut to her arm, which required extensive medical treatment.
Police officer stopped! Police officer stopped! Right now!
Inspector Malloy Campbell was among the first responders. Armed only with a baton and CS spray, he attempted to subdue Marcus. However, Marcus managed to slash at him, causing significant injuries to his hand, showing Marcus's aggressive movements and the immediate danger to both civilians and the officers.
Tourniquet! Yeah, tourniquet for the governor, quick!
Marcus then broke into a house and attacked a couple who'd been asleep in bed. He stopped and fled only when their young daughter cried out. When he ran out, more police were waiting for him. He attacked another officer with a sword. Marcus was cornered briefly, then escaped again. He was spotted on a roof. Finally, he was tasered and handcuffed. He told police he'd woken up that day, fearing the end of the world. He claimed he had many personalities, including professional assassin. After the attack, the Met Police launched a full investigation to understand exactly what had happened and why. Crime scene investigators searched the streets and the surrounding area. They recovered the katana and tanto swords that Marcus had used to attack civilians. Forensic teams also examined the van he had driven. Detectives spoke with dozens of bystanders who had captured footage of the attack on their mobile phones. Marcus's phone revealed his online activity, including a fascination with samurai culture, conspiracy theories, and extreme content. Some footage showed him receiving the sword in a parcel and unboxing it. which became part of the evidence demonstrating preparation for the attack. He could barely contain his excitement. This was Marcus, martial arts enthusiast, unwrapping a new purchase. In his hands, the samurai sword became more than a ceremonial symbol.
Ooh. Freaking sexy. Ah. This is real leather. Ah. Ha! Segura!
3 weeks later, the sword was hidden in his van as he set off on a 20-minute rampage of violence. There were indications of far-right content and references to figures like Andrew Tate. Experts assessed Marcus and confirmed that he was experiencing cannabis-induced psychosis at the time. However, because the psychosis was self-induced, it did not remove responsibility for his actions. Marcus was a Spanish-Brazilian dual national living in London, rejecting religion, harboring anti-Semitic beliefs, and capable of targeting an innocent child to provoke fear and chaos. The discovery of his digital footprint underscored how online radicalization can intersect with mental health issues, creating a dangerous combination. The tragedy sparked national outrage, with the wider UK community reflecting on safety, youth protection, and the impact of extremist content online. At that time, social media regulations were limited, but the Online Safety Act 2023, that is now in force, came after Daniel's death and imposes new duties on platforms to protect users from harmful and extremist content. While it could not prevent this tragedy, it represents a legislative step towards safeguarding vulnerable people online. At court, the prosecution presented the case in meticulous detail, recounting the CCTV footage, the emergency response, and the statements from witnesses and officers. Each moment of Marcus's rampage was described, leaving no doubt about the severity and premeditated nature of his actions. The defense attempted to emphasize mental health issues and drug-induced psychosis, but the prosecution argued that Marcus had demonstrated intent, planning, and clear awareness of his actions. When the verdict was delivered, Marcus was found guilty on all charges. Before he was sentenced to a minimum of 40 years in jail, Judge Mr. Justice Benetton told him there was no excuse for his actions.
You must have known whatever state you were in, he was a child, a schoolboy. But you came up behind him and, with extreme force, struck him to the neck, causing a terrible, utterly unsurvivable wound.
Outside court, Daniel's family said they were grateful justice had been served.
This has been a painful and deeply traumatic chapter in our lives. No verdict or sentence can bring back our son Daniel, who we loved so dearly, but we are grateful that justice has been served. Daniel was taken from us in a way that no family should ever have to endure. His life had so much potential ahead. He was gifted academically, was kind, and had a generous spirit that touched everyone who knew him.
During sentencing, the judge also praised the police who responded for showing exemplary courage. He will not leave prison until he's at least 75. But that is little comfort for the family of Daniel, whose life was taken in such a brutal and senseless way. In court, he said he'd had no intention of killing anyone, and he remembered nothing of the attacks. But he did recall killing and skinning his cat before he set off. Voices had told him to get rid of the pet. Daniel's life, though tragically cut short, became a catalyst for awareness, education, and societal change, ensuring that his story would not be forgotten and that lessons would be learned for the future. Before we finish, I want to leave you with this thought. Media narratives shape how we see crime. Would this story have been reported differently if Monzo had followed another faith or background? Research shows identity often colors the framing of violence. It's a reminder to think critically, to focus on facts over assumptions, and to question the stories we are told. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and thank you for watching.